Hi everyone and welcome. This video is regarding about the second day of Qatar Airways cabin crew interview, which is also called as the assessment day. I'm going to talk about how an assessment day of Qatar Airways cabin crew interview looks like and some of the few important things that you need to prepare for the day. First of all, congratulations to all of you who have cleared the open day and made it to the second round. On this day, you might have been directed to come early because it's gonna be a long day. When you go for the assessment day, be sure to reach the location early because, as always, Qatar Airways are very strict about punctuality. Dress well for the interview as you did for the open day, be classy and elegant, carry all the related documents with you, and don't forget to carry a pen also. There is also one thing that to note for female candidates when you dress up for the interview, try to go with a short sleeve because there's gonna be a scar test. After you arrive at the location, you will be directed to the conference room and there you will find lots of other candidates in the hall. When the time comes, the interviewer will enter and introduce themselves just like the day before. They may or may not be the same interviewer as yesterday's. After the introduction, they will interact with you by welcoming or congratulating or asking some questions like, how are you all? Are you excited? Kind of like these questions to make conversations. The event will commence with an informative video about the company and the country. The screening has information on the airlines such as the date Qatar Airways was established, the number of destinations they fly to, the total number of nationalities they have in the cabin crew team, who is the CEO, latest company updates, just like that. Make sure to pay close attention as questions might ask at the end of the presentation. This is followed by a brief presentation about Doha, the capital of the Gulf country. It sure is a great way to start the day motivated as the video will present beautiful images of sky-rise buildings and lush desert scenery. Once the presentation is done, recruiter will ask if there are any questions about the video and might test your general knowledge about the airline. This is where your research will come into play. They will also tell you once you're selected for the position and shifted to Qatar and how it will be like. There will be induction session once you reach there before your training is started. They will also show you how will you get promoted once you get employed by the company and what are the steps of promotions. With all this, the brief introduction of Qatar Airways is done and it can take about 1 hour or more than that. Now you'll be instructed that your assessment is going to start and the rule that you will need to follow along for the test. You will be given a sticker sheet which has a number assigned to it. Actually, it is the invite number given to you when you got selected at the open day. You will be directed to write down your applicant ID on it and stick it to your blazer. The duration of the assessment test is 30 minutes. In this exam, they are going to test your English skills. There will be total number of 25 questions, out of which 5 questions is for the comprehension. The question sheet has 2 passages. One you need to read and choose your right answer from the options and others are read and fill up the words. There will be 2 conversational questions that you have to fill up the words to get the right context of the situation. A tip as a suggestion is that always start from the last page because if you complete the vocabulary part first, you will be able to give good time and focus on your passage and highly give the right answer. After the time's up, the interviewer will collect the answer sheet and tell you to wait outside. It will take about 30 to 45 minutes before they call you in. The selected candidates will be announced by their invite numbers. Those who haven't selected will have to leave the interview place and rest will further into next progress. At this time, the SCAR test round will be held. Everybody should line up and one at a time member will be called inside the interviewing room. There will be a 212 cm arm reach test again. At the time you are doing your reach test, your recruiter is likely to ask you about any visible tattoos, moles or scarring on your legs. neck, face, or arms. The keyword here is visible, so this means you have to declare scars even if they are only lightly visible. Some of you may ask if it needs to be disclosed if you are able to cover it up with a concealer or foundation. The answer is yes, you do. If you don't and the marks are subsequently discovered when you are in their employment, you may be dismissed and have to find your own one-way ticket home. The advice here is never lie about your tattoos, marks, or scars. If discovered in Doha, that will be the end of your career. If you have a tattoo or scar on your wrist that can be covered up with a watch, it still has to be disclosed. With tattoo, it is definitely zero tolerance. There may be a few exceptions with light scars, but not always. It is best not to raise your hopes here, even you may have come across or seen a crew with a light scar. In short, the airlines are very strict. Do your part by disclosing them. You can of course get your tattoo or previous operation scar removed, but please be aware that depending on your skin type, it could cause other forms of scarring. With Qatar, you have to disclose scars, tattoo on your body, even if they are not visible when wearing their uniforms. No tattoos are allowed regardless of where they are located. Some airline recruiter asks you to fill out a form where you mention if you have any birthmarks or tattoos and where exactly they are positioned on the body. They often ask for additional close-up photos after the interview. If you decide not to declare a tattoo to the recruiters, please be aware it will be revealed during the medical test that every cabin crew must undertake at the airline medical clinic. In this case, your employment contract ceases immediately. After the scar check, you will be directed to pick a cheat sheet from the desk which has a question on it. You need to read it loud and give your opinions on it and answer it. You can take about 1 to 2 minutes to answer the question. You can say anything that comes to your mind, like trying to give a short and simple example related to it. One by one, each of you will have to go through the question and wait to be over for all candidates. I can say on this round, many of you will be get rejected, so please take this day as very important and precisely. Be prepared for any questions that can come as an interrogation for the interview. Few questions I have mentioned for your reference are like, when was the last time you seek help from someone else? When was the last time you did something like extraordinary? What will be your biggest fear? How did you handle an argument last time you remember? What will you do if you don't get selected? How would you handle a work in a pressured environment? Questions like these simple ones will be asked and can be expected for the interview. Well, these are some samples that should be aware and prepared for the day. Like the same way earlier, selected candidates will be called out by their invite numbers, and those who are not selected will have to leave the place immediately. Few of you will be left on this phase and you will feel extremely happy and grateful to yourself to make this too far. So enjoy your success. Now each of you will be given a 3 forms like I am showing this right here. The medical form, scar declaration form, and scar sheet. You have to declare all the scars you have on your body. Remember, it's just for only the identification process in case there is an accident that can happen in the future. The other 2 forms will have to check it with yourself. You have to fill it up at your home and bring it back tomorrow at the final day. Everyone will be given a 15 minutes of time slots for the final day, and that is the end of the process of the assessment day. This is how it goes on the second day of Qatar Airways cabin crew interview. Congratulations who made it to the final round. If any of you need any clarifications or got any questions, let me know on the comment section and I will reply each one of you soon. Thank you all who are enjoying this and good luck.